What's up, guys? The Hunted Reaper, and I'm back today with the Destiny 2 commentary, the first one that I'm doing. I posted a video earlier on Destiny, but there was no voiceover. This is my first kind of like first impressions of the late game, and this is my first footage doing a strike mission. I did a strike mission before, but I didn't record it because I was just doing it for the fuck of it to see, you know, how they were like. And this is my second one. It was on Nessus, or Nexus, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The developers at Bungie aren't that creative, so let's just leave it at that. My impressions of the first strike that I did were actually pretty good. For the most part, there's a lot more story in the strike missions, especially, and there's a lot more lore to be explored than the previous Destiny. It's a lot more fun too, because the enemies aren't boring anymore. They don't stay in one place. There's a lot more different types, and the Taken are a really fun enemy to fight, especially because they are just they're so creepy and cool, and you know, they combine all the types of enemies together. So it's not you just fighting the Cabal, it's you fighting the Cabal and the Vex, and they have different types of enemies, and it makes it harder and more fun. One of the problems that I did have with the strike was that there were still waves of enemies at some points, but that really didn't get in the way of anything. But the problem is that we're going to be playing these strikes a lot more than once, obviously, to be farming for that loot. So time will only tell if it gets boring or not. But for right now, the platforming and all the little cool, as you see right here, the lights that are like damaging you if you touch them, those are pretty cool touches. But then again, will it get really fucking annoying, you know, 1 year into it when all we know is the lights and we just want to get on with getting the loot? That's one of the things that Bungie is always going to struggle with, I think, because it's hard to get an MMO and a shooter in the same place, because you still have to do a lot of the same things, and to create missions that are always new and authentic is hard for a platform that takes so much to create a mission. You know, these missions go through a lot. If you guys watched any Bungie videos, it shows how hard it was to actually create like a balanced, fair mission that stayed innovative. And I know they're getting paid a lot, and Destiny 1 was a complete fuck up, but Destiny 2 is a lot better in a lot of respects. One of my favorite parts was the end of the game. I won't give away any spoilers, but it's a lot better. It's a lot more cinematic. The end of the main story was so much fun to play, and the set pieces were so much better as well. The one thing that I have with the end of the story is it kind of ends like a corny fucking movie. I guess all of Destiny was kind of like a corny movie. You can't go into it expecting, you know, some sort of Inception-esque story that makes you question reality. It's a first-person shooter, and it does that well. And then the story, it's like a 70s movie where all the action characters get together and they fight the big bad guy at the end. No nuances there. The cooler parts of the story are always when you get into the DLCs and the fuck, what is it called? The raids, the DLCs and the strikes. Those are the best ones to play, and those are the times where the story matters the most to you, because it's harder and you're not just beating a boss that, you know, is easily beaten. That's the one thing I do love about the raids, and I'm looking forward to playing this raid, the Leviathan raid. That's the first raid in Destiny 2. I'm really excited to play it, because all the raids I played in Destiny weren't built so that you could easily beat it. You know, you needed a team of people, and if you didn't have that, you just couldn't get to beat it. And I think that was cool. It's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, but cool for the most part, because it wasn't this thing you could easily attain. And in video games today, a lot of things are just, you know, cut and paste, easy. No one has a video of Assassin's Creed skills. It's more like Assassin's Creed glitches, because when you play Assassin's Creed, you're 100% gonna beat it. You know, all you need to do is grind it out. But in this game, it's a little different. It requires a mix of skill and also a mix of grinding, which I think is done much better in Destiny 2. One thing, I keep saying one thing, but one thing that I really did love about the Destiny 2, this strike in particular, was the boss. The boss wasn't a bullet sponge. Now, you're going to see it a little bit. If you don't want to see a strike boss, click away, because that's the end of this video, is the boss of the strike. He did take a lot of bullets, but he switched it up in between, you know? It wasn't just one character walking around, waddling his dick and gun around until, you know, you put enough bullets into him an hour later to end him. It was a boss that had different patterns, different types of attacks, different little time warps and stuff like that, summoned different types of enemies, and it was a lot of fun to play. It didn't seem repetitive at all, and I didn't have that original Destiny, what the fuck am I doing when I played it? Because I remember the first strike I played in the first Destiny was the one with the fuck, I don't remember his name because he was so fucking forgettable, but I know I played it 1,000 times. It was the one with the hollow people, the Taken, basically, and it was the giant ogre thing in the middle of the wall, and it took so many bullets. You know, at the beginning, me and my friends were like, holy shit, this is terrifying, and then, you know, 30 minutes in, we were like, this is a pain in the ass. Do we have to do this again? And we realized that was all of Destiny. Destiny 2 is definitely not trying to be its predecessor, but it's trying to be a perfect sequel to it, and it does the best job it can. It's still a pain in the ass to grind some things out. I did find myself playing some missions and getting a little bored with them, but there's no need to repeat some of those missions, and the strikes and everything that really matters is there, and it's fun to play. Now, what else to talk about Destiny? This raid was really fun, but I want to see what the... not this raid. This strike was really fun, but I want to see what the raid has in store. I know that this strike kind of felt like the original Destiny raid, where it was like a lot of story, there was a lot of platforming, and there was a boss that had different types of attacks and defenses and shit like that. And I want to see what they've done to enhance the Destiny raid, because I think that'll be really cool if all the strikes are like the original Destiny raids, and all the raids are like some sort of amazing story mission that we could all take place in, and I'll feel like we're changing the environment in the world in Destiny. You know, making it feel like we fucking matter. Because that's what gamers want to feel like. They want to play a mission, they want to feel involved in it to the point where they're like, wow, this is really fun, and I feel invested in the story. And if you're not invested in the story, then you're not having fun. And especially in Destiny, where, you know, killing a fucking thousands and thousands of enemies can get boring depending on the context. And I think Destiny nails the context of that in every sense of the way, because I didn't feel like I was just trudging through enemies, wave after wave, being bored. And at one point in the campaign, it was hilarious because they had us actually wait for 3 waves, and I think it was just a nod to the old Destiny because they cracked the little ghost cracked some jokes. It was pretty funny. So, as you can see right here, there's a lot of platforming in the game, and I think not really platforming, like puzzles, I guess. I wouldn't call this a puzzle. I mean, it's just spinning light that burns you. This futuristic Metal Gear Solid shit that burns you. But there's a lot more portals, there's a lot more interactivity in these things, and it's a lot of fun to play. Well, I would talk more, but there's nothing more to talk about as of this point. I still have yet to play the Crucible. I beat the campaign, but that's really about it. This is my first impression on the strike mode. I hope you guys enjoyed the little commentary I have right now. It's hard to make a decision so quickly. And as a lot of reviewers are doing, they're taking their time to review Destiny, because it's one of those games you have to play over and over again because it's an MMO or it's an RPG of some sorts. So it's not how the mission feels the first time, it's how the mission feels the 10th time. And if it's not boring the 10th time, then Destiny has nailed it and they need to keep it up. But if the 10th time we're playing this mission and we're like, okay, fucking, I'm done with this game, like the original Destiny, then they've got to make some changes quick because they can't save the series. But I think Destiny's nailed it. I think this is going to be fun for a while to come, especially because of the set pieces and the lore and the context and the story, and just the fucking guns. As you can see here, I'm using a gun. I think I'm using this like ray gun, and I just got it. And it was an exotic, and I thought they handed out the exotics like quite easily in the beginning of the game, but they were all low level, so they kind of phased out. And once you beat the game, you get to choose between 3 exotics, and I chose this like ray gun. I don't even know the fucking name of it yet. I know a lot of Destiny fans immediately when the game comes out, they're gonna be like, I know that gun. That gun is this, this, and this, and that's cool and all, but you know the game just came out, so don't bust my balls for that just yet. In a year from now, you can cut my ass saying that, oh, he doesn't know shit. Why is he even playing this game? So I got this ray gun, and it just started demolishing everyone, and it was like this newfound fun that I had in a game that I spent 15 hours in. And I know that doesn't seem like that much, but, you know, after 15 hours in a game, a lot doesn't surprise you, unless it's like Grand Theft Auto or something like that. Something where things can continually progress. But especially in Destiny, where they pull all the cards out, pull all the stops out, and you know what's gonna come, technically. And to see a weapon like that, and to have fun like that again, it was really fun for me, especially in this mission. It was the first time I used it, and I'm definitely going to be using it a lot more. I'm going to be grinding for exotics. I hope they're not as much of a pain in the ass as they were before, because I do see microtransactions in Destiny. And I know when games have microtransactions, the first fucking thing developers do is make it impossible to get engrams or unlockables, because they want people to buy the downloadable content, and so they can get more money. But it doesn't seem like that, because I already got 3 legendary engrams, and they do hand out guns pretty easily. Armor, I still have all blue armor. I haven't gotten a purple, but I think that's just luck of the draw, because all my guns are purple and or legendary. I'm a color-coded idiot. I'm pretty slow like that. I know I said I was about to end the video like 2 minutes ago, and you guys are probably like, this guy's still talking. But this is actually the end of the video. For now, you can continue watching to see the boss battle. I'll put the sound way up so you guys can hear it. I hope you guys subscribe, like, rate, comment, sacrifice people to my channel, do anything to get that viewer base up. Thank you guys. This has been the Hunted Reaper.
What lake? The lake where you will grind Brachion's horns into dust and crush its chassis beneath your boot. That lake!
Brachion, Genesis mind is no more.
Bring me its arm. I wish to hang it in a place of honor. If it's been destroyed, bring me the ashes. I have constructed an urn for them.